But yeah, I'm excited to get into this Week 10 slate. It should be fun. Again, this is Sharpen the Public, the only sports betting podcast focused on leveraging public betting information so we can win more bets in the NFL. As always, we will go through all of the general betting trends and the total trends through Week 9 so we can get up to date and keep everyone in the loop with what's going on there. As always, I release my recap episode every Tuesday, and that is also out, so you can check that out if you want more detailed stats. And also last week's recap episode, we talked about the midpoint of this season versus the midpoint of last season and the major differences in the public betting trends and how the public's betting, and obviously they're doing well. Unders are still killing it, so there's a lot to talk about when we get through each of these games, but we will roll through the public betting trends per usual just so we can keep things rolling there. Andy, 9-5 ATS the public did last week. They continue to kill it, and that brings them totally to the season 72-58 ATS, a 55% win percentage. It's just crazy. It's insane. And I don't know if it's the best ever. I don't have the all historic data, but it's surprising a lot of people. And is it in the more bets that are coming into the market? Is Vegas getting worse at picking these spreads, or is it just the natural regression of how the NFL is happening in 2023 that we're seeing such a good public year?
I don't know if Vegas is necessarily getting worse at anything. I think that they just don't care about what the public's doing because they're making a lot of money off of the money in the sharps. So when you take a look at that and see that the money is not doing as hot as it did last year, or maybe like as it did towards the end of last year, then I don't really think they care because at the end of the day, they're making more dollars than just going against the public.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. And obviously, at the end of the day, Vegas cares about money. People that are taking bets or care about money. And that's a good point. So let's get into that. 69-61 ATS is the money percentage through 9 weeks this season. So it was started out negative. It's dropped or came up to 500. Now you're seeing it kind of take away from 500. And in week 9, it went 8-6. So after having, an 8-5 week, the week previous, and then 4-9 the week previous. So a little bit better and better, I think, each week. And we'll see if that continues to happen that way. I think it will. I think based on what we saw last year, money and sharp differential will both improve in the second half of the year. There's just so much more information on the teams that we're watching.
Yeah, honestly, I have no clue because this has been such a weird year. But that's my it was really all I have for that.
Fair enough. Sharp differential 64-66. We just hit that. Public on the totals, public on the over 28-45, public on the under 34-22. I mean, it's literally no question that unders are absolutely insane this year. What are we, 23-7 now in primetime unders, thanks to the game last night and the Panthers-Bears, absolute barn burner. But throughout the entire season, they're 83-52 are totals to the under. It's just absurd. And it feels good that we talked about that last year. I mean, since our first episode of Sharpen the Public, we focused on how important unders are. And over the last 2 years, it's kind of incredible how much money they've made people if you back the unders.
For sure. We're a pro unders podcast, so it really aligns with our values here that the unders are hitting this season. Unfortunately, exactly. I feel like I'm not giving out enough unders. Even though I feel like I'm giving out a lot of unders, it's not enough. We need to do more.
More. I always feel weird when I give out my cards on Sunday. As you can always check out my plays on happyhoursports.net on Sunday mornings. I release them as early as I can, depending on the day. But I usually give out 6, 7, 8 plays a day, and then everything else is through Twitter. But I have 2, 3, 4 totals, and they're usually all unders. And I feel weird about it sometimes, but these last couple of years, it's got more and more normal. And maybe unders will become the more interesting bet for people, but that is a lot to
doubt
ask.
it. I highly doubt it. Yeah. That's also why they're good. People love betting the over, and it's not going well for them.
Absolutely. I mean, you can look at the money percentage on the under, sharp differential on the under, 47-33, 63-38 for the sharp differential on the under. That's a 62% win percentage. Just specifically when you look at public betting data, and you see that there's a sharp differential, meaning more money than tickets on an under, it's 63-38. That's insane. Absurd. 62% win percentage just from pure public betting data, not any more advanced trends that we talk about here. Money percentage on the over, 19-32. That's upsetting because it looked like it was going to start out well to begin the year, and now it's doing what it did last year. And then sharp differential on the over, same thing, 13-16. So we're starting to settle into these trends now, and it's always good when you get into the year and we have this data now to back it. We kind of say, hey, is it going to do differently or is it going to stay the same? So I think unders are just going to continue to kill it until you see the average Vegas total drop to 35, 36 points. I mean, we're getting there. We're almost at below 40.
Sorry, my jaw dropped when you said 35, 36 points. I thought we were talking about the Big Ten West here. Holy shit.
I mean, it's that crazy. Like, Vegas is dropping totals to what the average total this week was 41.8, and there were still 10 games that went under. That's insane. Out of what, 13 or 14? It's crazy.
Yeah, that is wild.
So we'll continue to monitor this as the weeks go on, and that's the important thing of what we do here at Sharpen the Public is we take the public betting data that is accessible to everyone. We analyze it and also track it week to week, and we can kind of see how things are trending. Like, I think the public is not going to. They've surprised us obviously a lot this year, but I don't think they're going to bounce back and have another 9-5, 10-4 week. I think they're going to hit a peak and then kind of come back down, because there's got to be some sort of regression coming here. But that's my opinion, and maybe we'll see when we get into the games if I disagree or agree with the public. So,
yeah, I don't have anything to add.
As always, this is Sharpen the Public. We talk about public betting trends and recap every game and preview every game for every week in the NFL. It's been fun, and we're continuing to do pretty well. So thanks for hanging out with us. As always, I'm Andy. I'm Deej. I can't believe I said that.
I'm Deej. This is Andy.
DJH Sports on Twitter. You can follow at Andy HHH Sports on Twitter. We have a website as well, happyhoursports.net. You can check that out as well. We've got plenty of information, bets, and all of the plays that we make on the article side of things, website side of things, whatever you want to call it. So check out those if you're watching on YouTube, and the link's in the description now. But yeah. Be sure to just give us a like or a sub on YouTube. That goes a long way to help us out. We've got a ton of stuff on YouTube now, with DJ putting videos out for this podcast, putting videos out for each NFL game, as well as we're doing the new and improved UFC podcast, Pilsners and Prelims, where Rick and I preview every single fight for every UFC card. And we have UFC 295 going down in Madison Square Garden this weekend. It's going to be awesome. No John Jones, which sucks. But honestly, the two title fights that we have are going to still be really good. So check that out. Give us a sub, a like, any comments and stuff. Like, I love having a little commentary and a little banter on there. So feel free, guys. We'd love to interact with y'all as much as we can. And yeah, got to give the YouTube plug there, man. I really think that we are putting out some solid content for people to indulge themselves in on YouTube. Absolutely. Nothing quite like it. So yeah, thanks for everything at Happy Hour Sports, but we'll see you guys. I'll see you guys on Tuesday when we hopefully, cash in all our tickets.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you, probably not me, but we'll see.
But anyway.
Cool. Thanks, everybody. The boys bet better with beer.